By the way, if you put that in the episode, I'd be very upset with you.
Who knows?
The black and white behind the scenes shot. Uh-oh.
We have them. Welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Korneluk.
I'm Dr. KingsCast.
And we are back from Staples Center on this very, very cold day. Kings won a bizarre one today. I like it.
That's right, Keith. Today we're going to discuss the recent games, talk about Marco Sturm, and the trade deadline.
So here we go, episode 92, entitled Sturm-less in LA. What's up, Kings fans? Colorado Avalanche in town, back at Staples Center. Kings definitely looking good. Avalanche rebuilding. We got this. 6-0 Kings. All right, so Thursday night, back to Staples Center finally after an epically long road trip, and the Minnesota Wild were in town, both teams with 70 points. Another must-win game for the Los Angeles Kings. And what do you know? The Kings win.
Yeah, Wayne Simmons had 2 goals. You look at the schedule from here on out, it's all Western Conference teams, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, then the end of April, it's all divisional teams. And the Western Conference right now is so tight. I mean, it's tighter than a nun's bunghole over here. I mean, we're 4 points out of, 4 points out of 8th, which is a little bit rough considering what our record has been, which has been huge.
Bunghole, huh?
Yeah.
So first intermission, Kopitar with the goal. Avs are not looking that great. You kind of understand why they're going on a skid. Hopefully we don't let in a softie. It's looking good. I say 3-0.
All right, end of the second. Kings up now 3-0, looking really good. Can't score on the power play. Other than that, I like our chances. We are going to win, guaranteed.
So tonight, the Avalanche were in town. The Avalanche did not look good for a good majority of the game. Kings were rolling. Quick look, frankly, bored back there. I think we outshot them by 25 shots. And then the third period happened. What happened there, Keith?
Well, it's weird. This is a rebuilding Colorado Avalanche team that nobody thought would be rebuilding, but they're coming in. You expect them to win. We're rolling 4-0. It looks fantastic. Then going into the third period, they get a 5-on-3. They score on the first power play. They score on the second power play. And then Jonathan Quick pulls a vintage Jonathan Quick and mishandles the puck behind the net, and all of a sudden it's 4-3.
Yeah, poor guy. He makes Jonathan Bernier look like Martin Brodeur at this point.
When he plays the puck, he absolutely does.
Yeah.
The Kings did pull it out, so another important 2 points. We have 74 points now. We're right below Phoenix, but it's very, very close still in the Western Conference.
Very close.
All right, so Kings win. Ugly finish. But 2 points. All right.
So, Mike, Dean Lombardi and the Los Angeles Kings made a very interesting move the other day, placing Marco Sturm on waivers. Now, they did it because they thought no one would pick him up. And then, lo and behold, we find out this morning, or yesterday morning, that the Washington Capitals put a claim on Marco Sturm, no longer a part of the Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah, kind of amazing. I still don't really see the rationale in doing that. I understand that I think Dean Lombardi went on in between periods and said, we needed to fill empty a roster spot in case we get somebody at the trade deadline.
Fair enough.
But why don't you send down, a guy who's a waiver and exempt, somebody like Alec Martinez? We'd miss him, yes, but he could always come back up. Waive a guy like Peter Harold, although apparently he's part of our untradeable core now. Of course, it all looks fine if Lombardi's able to pull a good player and put him in there, but. Marco Sturm was on a prorated salary cap hit anyway. I really just don't see the point of waiving him.
I don't either. Now, I don't want to say that Marco Sturm was useless, but, the guy did not make a hell of a big impression with the Los Angeles Kings. Not his fault. Obviously, he was injured for quite some time. But for me, why don't you waive a guy like Peter Harold, to a lesser degree, Davis Struwicki, someone that other teams probably won't pick up? But putting Marco Sturm, who, if healthy, and he won't be this season, is probably part of your top 6, maybe even part of your core, the move just does not really do anything for me. I don't see us picking up a left winger. I don't think anyone's available. So I don't really get it. I think Lombardi took a gamble, and he lost. But why the hell didn't you waive somebody else?
So, Keith, the trade deadline's coming very quickly. We're almost on the eve of it. Kings are looking to make a move, obviously. We thought we had a top-line left winger in Marco Sturm. He disappeared somehow. And really, I think it's going to be on Dean Lombardi to make a move, because if he doesn't make a move and he loses Sturm, he kind of just has a lot of egg on his face.
He does. I think one of the really interesting things is people always, last 2 years, have said the Los Angeles Kings are going to be buyers. And last year we bought Freddie Modine for essentially nothing, and Jeff Halpern for Purcell in a third-round pick. This year, we could kind of go either way. I could see us going out in 5 games in the playoffs again, or we could make a run. Obviously, the biggest hole is top line left wing, and guys like Semin and David Booth probably aren't available. So I don't know if we're actually going to fill that. The names that we've heard is Ales Semsky from Edmonton, who's a right winger, never played 82 games, and has only scored over 20 goals like 2 or 3 times. Not sure if that's kind of the addition that we need to make. Dennis Bernstein, our good friend from the fourth period, thinks that Wayne Simmons is involved. I say BS. It is what it is. The other guy that's interesting, Mike, is Brad Richards. Okay, Brad Richards from the Dallas Stars, and they were, as you were saying, played well very early. But here's a guy that would actually be more of a top line center than Anze Kopitar.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, you could put a guy, but then you put him on the second line. Say Brad Richards goes to the second line. Okay, well, we get a better Jarrett Stoll, but who exactly are you going to move up to that first line left wing spot, I suppose? Not to say I don't want Brad Richards, but if we're going to pay somebody $7 million a year, well, then again, maybe I would pay Brad Richards $7 million a year.
I think I would too.
All right, fair. It's better than Hemsky. Yeah.
Well, you look at the Pittsburgh Penguins won a cup with Crosby and Malkin, and really, who were their wingers? So if you had that 1-2 punch, definitely some option there. So I would definitely like Brad Richards. I'd prefer that he's signed and not a rental. If he's signed, I don't mind, paying Braden Shen. Dean Lombardi said that he's probably not going to move Shen. So some really interesting things coming up. To me, it's either a top line left wing or it's a true second line center in the name of Brad Richards. Kings fans, we'd love to hear what you think we need to add at the deadline. Is it a center, another defenseman, a fourth-line role player guy? Let us know. Leave your comments, as always, downstairs. All right, Kings fans, so we will be right back at you on Monday. The bearded one will be back. Kalzewski in the house. So thank you very much, Dr. KingsCast, for joining us the last couple of episodes. Much appreciated. I'm Keith Cornelick.
I'm Dr. KingsCast.
And thank you for watching Overtime by KingsCast.